Hello, Lori, and good morning. Don't forget to like, please. I'm gonna start, and hello, Rachel, good morning. I think in order for you to like the video, you need to leave and come back, I think. I'm not sure. I have to get a little bit more in the idea of using YouTube, like live YouTube. I want to get really serious in it. So any help is really appreciated. I forgot to make it short. I should have made it short. Anyway, our book today, the title speaks about it, how to be an adult in relationships. Love is beyond the butterflies you feel in your stomach. It is in our human nature to always risk love, despite past experiences or the terrible stories we hear. You must, however, realize that no relationship succeeds all by itself. In other words, love alone is not enough. Making your relationship work requires certain skills. And you will learn many of those skills in this summary. To feel loved means to feel joy and affection and have our needs met. Life is defined as giving and receiving with what we call the 5 A's. What are the 5 A's? Appreciation, affection, allowing all of these come together to fulfill our intimate needs by learning to be compassionate and mindful. People can learn to give and receive the 5 A's. Real love does not come off the rack. It is uniquely tailored by the lover to the beloved. Although the 5 A's are given to others, they make an individual more loving as he or she gives them. They are, therefore, the components of building the virtue of love in ourselves. I'm sorry for the the background, the noise. They're working something in the garage. I don't know if you can hear it. We will learn how each of the 5 A's applies to childhood, relationships, and spiritual maturity. You will also learn practices that can help you resolve chaos from childhood. You will learn how each of the 5 A's applies not just to relationship, to childhood and spiritual maturity. You will also learn practices that can help you resolve chaos from childhood, maintain great relationships, and become more mindful, compassionate, and spiritually conscious. Did you know the human heart holds much more love than it can ever disperse in one lifetime? Love. Love, my dear friends, is everything, for God is love. Mindfulness helps us to express and experience love. How some children grow up is responsible for the type of adults they become. Most of our emotional needs for attention, acceptance, appreciation, affection, and allowing, which are the 5 A's, I repeat them: affection, appreciation, acceptance, attention, and allowing. It begins from childhood and then expand in adulthood. However, the human heart and mind want more. If in childhood we found all the emotional satisfaction we ever needed, we would have no motivation to reach out to the wider world. But it does not work that way. Hence, the search for a partner as an adult or as adults. Our journey of adulthood begins when we leave, as we must the secure nest provided by our parents and try to find a partner in the adult world without having the need or desire for a partner. A person might be deceived or tempted to remain in the comfort of their home, staying away from the larger world. True love helps to forgive and let go of the past by allowing an individual to progress to the point of loving another person intimately. True love, which consists of the five A's, is necessary for all forms of growth, both psychological and spiritual. As we grow in any environment, we need the loving and nurturing of our inner self to experience overall growth. I did name the 5 A's. I will repeat them. Appreciation, attention, acceptance, allowance, and affection. We'll speak more about them. Being mindful is also a way our love can be nurtured and expressed because it helps us accept people for who they are and not judge them. So, in essence, the practice of mindfulness is an avenue to give others the 5 A's: true love, respect, regard, and support. Putting others first does not mean that we do not have desires or wants. It only means we are ready to put them aside and focus on bringing deep awareness and compassion to relationships. This is a key to practicing love and fulfillment. True intimacy is necessary for relationships to survive. Relationships usually start when individuals leave their family or familiar surroundings, go through unknown territory, and then find a partner. Every long-lasting relationship is marked by true intimacy. Intimacy entails mirroring, having a partner who can replicate your thoughts, help your personal goals, and understand your feelings. It also involves being open and not allowing someone else to hurt you. The best partners can come at any time. And as humans, we usually trust the universe to bring us someone great and kind. This is good because in the process of longing for true love, it is important to care for and guard our hearts. One way to go about this is learning to differentiate between love and attachment. Don't try to force love. Trust God to bring your match to you when the time is due. People often confuse attachment for love, but they are two different things. To begin with, attachment is stagnant. It doesn't involve true intimacy and does not progress. But love is the opposite. When two people are in love, the relationship will go through various stages of growth that enhance intimacy. We also need to realize that not every individual is cut out for love. Some people are better with light acquaintances than with intimate or romantic relationships. You can tell if intimate relationships are for you by evaluating your personality and motive for wanting a partner. The easiest test to conduct is asking yourself if you are comfortable living with and sharing your life with another person. How do you come to know if someone will make a great partner? Evaluate their willingness to give and receive love. Also, check if you two can tolerate each other. Suitable candidates for an intimate relationship are someone who lives reasonably close and has no distracting ties that make commitment difficult. Someone who has no limiting addictions and someone who shares your interests with you. Did you know mature adults seek only about 25% of their needs from their partner? The other 75% they get from self, friends, family, career, and hobbies. Trust and romance are essential in relationships. Unmet needs and expectations, such as unfulfilled dreams from a person's past or childhood, hover over most of their relationships. This is why trust and self disclosure are important in relationships. You should be willing to tell your partner what to expect from you and your typical reaction to certain situations. Also, share your faults, shortcomings, and strengths with your partner if you seek long term commitment. We spoke about it many times before. You have to talk about everything, especially if you feel that this person is gonna be your partner for life. You have to talk about everything. Open the book, lay it. Your weakness, your strength, your shortcoming, your faults. Making your personality in the hope that you will win love, then later reveal your real identity hardly works. Just be yourself. The right person will love you for that. How many times I've seen, and you guys seen, people on TikTok saying how to make a woman love you by tricking her in trying to be someone you are not. Don't ever do this. Be yourself the way you are, silly, whatever you are, be yourself. If you want somebody to love you, you want them to love you for you, not for the person you're trying to be, not for the person you're trying to copy or imitate. Be yourself. The right person will love you for that. Don't ever try to change for someone else. Don't make a change so this person will love you. Avoid sexualizing all your emotional needs, because a relationship based solely on sex will burn out after a while. Sex is meant to be fun and pleasurable for both partners, not a selfish act. Broadly speaking, there are two phases of love: the romantic phase and the intentional commitment phase. Romance is one of the strongest of human experiences. Good morning, Tracy. Romantic partners magically meet each other's needs without thinking much about it. This phase feels like heaven, but it is temporary. Temporary. Although it is a good way to begin a love relationship, the union will only survive if it leads to mature commitment. People in love should be careful not to fall into romantic addiction, which is very different from romance. Romantic addiction is very different from romance. In romance, both partners relate with each other and feel the same way, while in addiction, only one partner is possessed by the other. If you realize you are battling addiction, you should not feel shame. Get help as soon as possible, because you often cannot overcome it alone. Resolve conflicts through cooperation and partnerships. Romance shows the bright side of your relationship, while conflict represents the dark side. Both are important, but let's talk about the dark side, the conflict. Conflict is necessary and useful for building a strong bond. Listen to this, it's very important. Conflicts are necessary for building a strong bond. The switch from romance to conflict happens in 3 stages. Stage number 1, the ideal stage where the situations are rosy. Stage number 2, the normal stage where the excitement and lovey-dovey reduces. And the 3rd stage, the low ebb stage, we call it, where the stress is high, breakdown occurs, and depression sets in. Try to keep conflicts from getting to the 3rd stage, which is the low ebb stage, where things are difficult to resolve. Don't run away from conflicts. If your goal is to build a long-lasting relationship, do not run from conflicts. If proper work is done to resolve conflicts, they may turn out to be blessings in disguise. Cooperation and partnerships are the major keys to resolving conflicts. What does that mean? You should also be committed to working things out between yourself and your partner. Start by imbibing these values. Or I'm not sure if it's imbibing, but could be imbibing. Lennon, wow, long time no see. Miss you, I hope everything's good with you. Commit to always explaining and telling the truth as it is. Always make choices that show that you value your relationship. Tell the truth as it is. With a few exceptions, men and women are known to address conflicts differently. For most men, addressing issues may mean starting the problem now, getting straight to the point, and then forgetting about it. But for women, addressing issues may mean talking and talking until both parties know what they are talking about. This involves dwelling on issues until the woman feels heard and appreciated. One of the mistakes we do as men, and I have to agree on it, we don't talk as much as we're supposed to, especially when it comes to conflicts with your partner. I don't want to start a problem. Let me just listen and say, yeah, whatever, and then it will go away. This is 100% wrong. What you want to do is tell the truth as it is. Being an extrovert or introvert can also determine how easily conflict is resolved. You often cannot love an extrovert the same way you love an introvert. There are 2 different types of people. One likes to socialize and the other doesn't. The key is to understand your partner, know how they react to situations, and act in emotional languages they understand. Please, guys, make sure you like this live if you don't mind. Whatever there is, like a thumb, whatever, just push it once at least. Because I see 7 people are watching. You're more than welcome. Thank you for being here. But you know, maybe if we can get like more likes, we can get this word for others. And thank you for everybody who already liked, the 4 people. To avoid conflicts, make a commitment to yourself and to your partner that you will always raise issues of concern rather than cover them up or disregard them. And you will always address an issue by making the implicit explicit. The implicit explicit. Did you know some conflicts don't respond to cooperation? Only time can heal them. A good example is a conflict resulting from infidelity. Curious to know more? We will talk about it. We will talk about how fear and infidelity affect relationships in the next chapter. Not just infidelity, fear. Fear can steal good relationships. People begin to fear intimacy when they are afraid of what may happen if they show love and don't get it back in the same proportion. You can always listen to it again, Afifa. If God permits, I'm gonna be saving it. Or if the partner later gets tired of them and wants to call it quits. Intimacy fears are normal in relationships. Just don't let them keep you from thinking clearly or expressing love when you ought to. Engulfment and abandonment are central fears in relationships. I know it sounds a little bit desperate, but please, guys, like this broadcast. It's just my OCD kicks in so hard. I see 8 people watching and only 4 likes. Just don't get it. Engulfment is the fear of losing your freedom. Engulfment is the fear of losing your freedom in the face of intimacy. Thank you very much, Aviv. I appreciate that. We are Lennon. Thank you very much. I hope you are doing as well. If you don't mind, just press the X and like and then come back. This usually occurs as a result of too much attention, affection, inadequate acceptance, or conceding. Or consenting. Consenting. The fear of abandonment is the opposite of engulfment. I think you can like one time only for person. It's the fear that you will not survive emotionally if your partner leaves you. This is the fear of engulfment. It's that fear that you will not survive emotionally if your partner leaves you. This fear typically results from the loss of attention, appreciation, and affection. The average individual may feel both abandonment and engulfment fears. However, you will often find that one fear tends to be more common and that one partner experiences more of one fear than their partner. These fears stem from our childhood and past relationship experiences. When you sense too much of it in yourself, of your partner, then it is time to talk about it. Let the affected partner be assured of love. And if there is anything that needs to be resolved, take active steps towards it. Now let's talk about infidelity. The first thing you should know is that infidelity is a couple's issue. It's a couple's issue, not an individual one. It may seem to be more of a significant issue for the offending partner. You might say, you know what? What are you talking about? If a husband cheated on his wife, it's all him. It's his mistake. He should not be doing. That's true. But there's a couple issue. What I mean by this is something is wrong in the relationship. Something is off. Something is missing. There is not a real communication there. You are not being true to yourself, which leads one of the couple to cheat or be infidel. It does not make an excuse for this person. It is wrong. But infidelity does not just happen. Something went wrong over time that led to it. This is understandably hard for the offended partner to accept, but this is the truth. If you are a woman and your husband, God forbid, cheated on you, you cannot accept that fact. You cannot accept the fact that it just happened, something led to it. No, he is not a good person. He is a cheater. He does, whatever. You cannot understand it. But something happened. Something went wrong. Rather than blame infidelity on the cheating partner, it is important to make them see their wrong and let them realize how much their actions have hurt their partners. But beyond that, both partners should work together to heal and protect their union. If the cheating partner is unwilling to change, then there is almost nothing that can be done about the situations. Remember, guys, what God joined, no man can separate. It's a union. It's very important. The worst thing about fear is what it does to you when you try to hide it. Infidelity also triggers the fear of engulfment and abandonment in both partners. You can overcome or significantly reduce these fears by using the triple approach: admit to fear, allow yourself to feel it, and act as if you are not afraid. We spoke many times before about ego and how dangerous it is. Right, Lori? Let go ego, ego let go, however you want to put it. Don't let your ego get in the way of your happiness. Don't let ego get in the way of your happiness. Ego shows itself when partners in a relationship are mainly concerned with proving themselves right all the time. You don't have to be right all the time. Humble yourself. You can be wrong. Even if she's your wife and you might think, yeah, but she's a woman, so what? She could be right. You don't have to be right all the time. The opposite of ego is cooperative. Cooperative love when partners are concerned with how to make their relationship work. You need to eliminate the face of the inflated ego, which is, listen, think about the word face, and for each letter, we call it the face of the inflated ego. Fear. If you want to write notes, write it down. Face. F stands for fear. A stands for attachment. C stands for control, and E, entitlement. Entitlement. Or entitlement. I'm sorry, entitlement. The ego is the major obstacle to intimacy. It is healthy when it helps us make good decisions and fulfill our purpose. A healthy ego also makes it easy for others to love us, since it breeds the courage we need to share who we are in unique and free-spirited ways. And thank God, whenever I'm wrong, I feel bad, and the Holy Spirit will push me to say it, and I say it. Because if you don't do this, you're not gonna get this peace. And in any kind of relationship, you are in, it could be a friendship. It could be, hey Ashley, how are you, dear? Nice to see you. It could be a partnership, like a couple. It could be in work. If you do not let go of your ego and remember you don't have to be right all the time, it's not gonna work. A good relationship will help us to get over a bad ego. It erases our self-centeredness and helps us discover how love can turn beautiful when we let go of the need to prove ourselves. Don't forget, guys, to like this broadcast, please. You will give love more easily when you refuse to let ego and fears get in the way. Don't let feelings of entitlement ruin your relationship. It is okay to expect things from your partner, but you will drain them emotionally when the entitlement becomes too much. Rather than fold your hand and see what your partner can do for you, follow the age-old advice: always seek what you can do for them first. This will keep you from being self-centered. Did you know there is no solid separate self. We are all interconnected and dependent upon one another. I try to make this reading as much as I can, less than an hour. So if I'm going fast, I apologize. But I'm trying to be like really as smooth as I can. You can always watch, and I hope you do watch the replay, and please share them with your friends. All relationships end. So allow yourself to grieve. It is inevitable. Every relationship will end one way or the other. Some relationships end mutually, some with separation, some with divorce, some with death. Whenever you are going into a relationship, always have it at the back of your mind that someone will leave first, no matter how long it takes. So you should prepare for the time of grief. Missed you too. I'm getting older. It's a sad pill to swallow, but nothing lasts forever. Start living your life from that plane of thought. I'm sorry. It's funny, this is your topic. When was? I don't think it's funny because my last relationship was years ago, yes. But actually, it is very important even for single people. Why? So they know not to fall for this and make the difference between romance and romantic addiction.
Hi, Eddie. How you doing?
Hello. You don't like typing in the comments. I hear you. It's a sad pill to swallow, to know the fact that one of you is gonna leave, whether it's in a divorce, death, uh, separation. It could be like you ended it mutually, like my last relationship, my only one. Actually, no, both of them, my relationship. One lasted for like three years on and off. We ended it mutually, and the last one, it didn't even last a month, and we ended it mutually, like we agreed on it as two adults. It's a sad pill to swallow, but nothing lasts forever. Only two relationship, yes. Start living your life from that plane of thought. When you grieve over the end of a relationship, it is because you can no longer have your intimacy needs met. The end of something and the introduction of something stressful and hurtful can also bring grief. However, the pain of grief is severely felt when you struggle and hold on to something that is already gone. Holding on is the saddest part of letting go. Most people think of love as a feeling, but love is not so much a feeling as a way of being present. Having stronger feelings after a relationship than you ever experienced while it was going on is a sign that your grief is reviving not just the present loss, but past losses too. Maybe from your childhood. In the face of such grief, your ego shows up in the form of frustration and fear. But you must be willing to let go. When a relationship ends either due to death, separation, or divorce, find a place where you can grieve alone and let go. Do not try to avoid grieving by jumping into a new relationship. It never works. Allow the grieving process to help you grow. Remember, never make any decision or jump into a relationship when you are in certain emotion, either very happy or very sad. A lot of people try to jump into another relationship to get rid of the grief, but that doesn't work like this. They don't make them like that anymore. I know I'm not like that. They're more traditional for a woman. Guys, even back then, had more play before they got married. Their wife was and had to be a virgin. They don't make them. What do you mean by they don't make them like that anymore? We cannot do guesting on YouTube, can we? Can we? I don't think so. You can, after I'm done with this, God willing, I'm going live on TikTok. My TikTok is Bearded Elvis. You can guest with me there, and we can talk about this subject if you guys have something to add.
Good morning.
Good morning. The person you find immediately upon ending a relationship is likely to be at the same level of maturity as your ex partner. I didn't like Bigo, to be honest. I'm not trying to put them down or anything. I did not like it. You now, TikTok. And now YouTube, definitely. The person you find after you have grieved, reflected, and remained alone for a while is more likely to be at a higher level of maturity. This is why you must wait before jumping into a new relationship. And Instagram. The end of a relationship should not bring hate or violence. There will always be unresolved issues and sleepless nights when a relationship ends. However, do not be deceived by partners who sit on the fence. They never mean well. Also, do not try to manipulate your ex into whatever response you desire. Just let it go. Did you know the most painful element of grief is the realization that what we expected was not there to be had?
How did it work?
The type of parenting in your childhood can affect your adult relationships. Also, you should know that your relationship is not just about you, but about everyone around you. So don't blame everything wrong with your adult relationships on your upbringing or some other factors. Different things may have happened when you were a child or naive adult. But you're wiser now. You have the power to influence your thoughts, perceptions, actions, and your life in general. By being committed and giving and receiving the 5 A's, you can work relationship problems out and your relationship can thrive and be successful. If you missed the beginning, I hope you watched the replay, but I'm gonna give you a little reminder. What are the 5 A's? They are attention, acceptance, appreciation, affection, and allowing. Success in relationship is essential to your personal growth because it makes you believe success is possible in every other area of your life. What an amazing book. I am really enjoying it. I hope you are too. Commitment and trust in a relationship help you let go of your ego, competition, and trying to win arguments. Even when you have disagreements, they do not last, and you can resolve them because you are committed and willing to make things work. Giving and receiving intimacy is possible if you can ask for what you want and listen to your partner to know what they want. Asking for what you want gives your partner the gift of knowing you, your needs, and your weaknesses. No relationship should take away your human rights, rather, it should make you better. You can meet your adult challenges by addressing, processing, and resolving your issues by practicing mindfulness and loving kindness. Finally, by losing the face, remember when we talk about face, fear, attachment, control, and entitlement, you can become the kind of person your partner is grateful to spend the rest of their lives with. Try this. Turn the 5 A's into daily affirmations. For instance, I feel and live in love, unity, and oneness with all human beings and with nature. I accept and surrender to what I cannot change, and I trust it to be useful on my life's path. I am thankful for everything, and I show appreciation for everything I receive. I show love in everything I do, my thoughts, words, and actions. I cherish my rights, and I respect the rights of others. Thank you guys very much. God bless you. Until we meet again, if God permits, in another subject, a book reading. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, please. Give it a thumbs up. Share it with your friends. If you wanna follow me on TikTok, my name is Bearded Elvis, one word. My Instagram, TikTok, all the information are in my YouTube bio. Have a blessed one.